But God created all of us in his perfect image, and we don't need to feel less than. Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. I have such a special video for you guys today, which is another Christian chat. I filmed one of these videos a little while back, but it's been a hot minute since I've made a video like this, which is crazy because they're one of my favorite videos to film. I've just been waiting on God to place a message in my heart, and the message that he gave me was on being confident in who he created you to be, both inside and out. So let's just jump right into it. A common saying that I hear a lot is that you need to have self-confidence, and to an extent that is true, but I feel like that logic is just a little bit flawed because self-confidence could be so easily wavered and shaken up. Like, if your hair doesn't look good that day, you're like, oh my gosh, I look so bad today. If you have a pimple on your face, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't like the way that I look right now. So it's like self-confidence is not stable enough for us to be able to rely on for long periods of time. So the point that I'm trying to make here is that you need to have your confidence in Christ, because Christ is always stable. He never wavers. So that is the only true secure kind of confidence that you're going to find that is lasting. And I'm not just delivering this message and taking this just out of my own mind. This is literally biblical, that our confidence should be in Christ. So I'm going to read a Bible verse for you guys right now. I'm going to read Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 7. And it says, "But blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in him." So it's literally right there in the Bible that your confidence should be in him. And it doesn't necessarily just mean confidence in tough situations. It could be any sort of kind of confidence, including how you view yourself. I feel like, especially living in a world where social media is so prominent, it's so easy to get caught up in that like false expectation that you should always look perfect. And when social media comes into play, it is so easy to compare yourself to other people, and that is the absolute worst thing that you could do, because God created all of us in his perfect image, and he made us all unique, and we're all beautiful both inside and out. It's like you're doubting God's ability. He created all of the beautiful things on this earth, the beautiful beaches that you see, the beautiful mountains, sunsets, all this stuff. He's literally an artist, and it's like you're looking at yourself and you're saying that, oh, but if he just did it like this, it would be more perfect. It's pretty, like, it'd be insulting. Imagine like you go and you paint this picture and you think it's absolutely beautiful, and then you give it to the person that you made it for and they're like, this is the worst thing that I've ever seen. So God created all of us in his perfect image, and we don't need to feel less than in any way at all. So I'm gonna back this up with some Bible verses. So I'm gonna read Psalm chapter 139 verses 13 through 14. "For you created my inmost being. You knitted me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well." So before you were even born, God literally created every single part of you. It says he carefully knitted us together in our mother's womb. You should be confident in the way that he created you to be, because he literally knows everything about you. He made you to what he feels like is perfect. So if God, the creator of the universe, is saying that you are perfect, there's no reason why you should be feeling less than because society told you otherwise. I'm also going to read Matthew chapter 10 verse 30, which says, "And the very hairs on your head are all numbered." God does not make mistakes when he creates us. Even down to the strands of hair that you have on your head, God knows all of them. That just goes to show you how much he loves you. And the last verse that I'm going to read for this topic is Genesis chapter 1 verse 27. "So God created human beings in his own image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them." If God created you in his image, he created you as a reflection of himself. So by saying things about yourself is not only just like, okay, you're tearing yourself down, you're also tearing down God, because he created you to be like him. So I know that I mentioned comparison earlier, but I have a Bible verse that speaks on how bad comparison is. So I'm going to be reading Galatians chapter 5 verses 25 through 26. "Since we are living by the Spirit, let us follow the Spirit's leading in every part of our lives. Let us not become conceited or provoke one another or be jealous of one another." He literally says, do not be jealous of what other people have. Do not be self-centered. It does not get more clear than that. It's so easy to get caught up in society standards on what is considered to be beautiful, but once you have that confidence knowing, okay, like Christ created me exactly how he felt was perfect, that will cancel out what anybody else says. But if that doesn't do it for you alone, this Bible verse surely will. So 1 Peter chapter 3 verses 3 to 4 says, "Do not be concerned about the outward beauty of fancy hairstyles, expensive jewelry, or beautiful clothes. You should clothe yourself instead with the beauty that comes from within, the unfolding beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is so precious to the Lord." So that literally goes to show you, society, they value, okay, the best outfits that you have, or this is like what the hairstyle that looks good is, and all this stuff, when God is literally saying that like you should be more concerned about how you are internally. When you have that inner beauty, it shines through. And if God created that inner beauty, then it is literally perfect. So I know that I spoke a lot on external beauty, but I also want to talk about being confident in the abilities that God gave you. So I'm going to be reading Romans chapter 12 verses 3 to 8. "Because of the privilege and authority God has given me, I give each of you this warning. Don't think that you are better than you really are. Be honest in your evaluation of yourselves, measuring yourselves by the faith that God has given you. Just as our bodies has many parts and each part has a specific function, so it is with Christ's body. We are all many parts of one body, and we all belong to each other. In his grace, God has given us different gifts for certain things well. So if he has given you the ability to prophesy, speak out with as much faith that God has given you. If your gift is serving others, serve them well. If you are a teacher, teach well. If your gift is to encourage others, be encouraging. If it is giving, give generously. If God has given you leadership ability, take the responsibility seriously. And if you have a gift of showing kindness to others, do it gladly." So with that being said, God is literally saying that he placed certain abilities, certain qualities in each of us that we're going to need to fulfill his plan for our lives. So if somebody has the talent of art, he placed that in them because he needs them to use it to fulfill that role that he placed for them. So you really should not be concerned about what gifts that God placed in other people, because he has fully equipped you with everything that you need to fulfill the plan that he has for your life. And God has big plans for us. God has big plans for our lives. He did not just place us here for no reason. And we should be appreciative of all the things that he's placed within us and the way that he's created us. And we should be confident in that. So I hope that all these verses and all the topics that were discussed were helpful. Make sure that you give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And also let me know if you want me to make more videos like this. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more content from me. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye guys!